Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Rule the Waves 3 as Japan. So, we are in our third war against Russia, because for some reason Russia thinks they have a chance in this war. I'm not fully certain as to the logic there. Get my timer started. If I recall correctly, they don't have any allies. Unfortunately, I can't check that in the almanac here, and we don't have access to the Relations tab here. I can only check the almanac, and we can see that they've got a generally smaller navy than us, and actually a smaller budget as well, now that I look at it. They're really not in a particularly great place, all things considered. But yes, for some reason, they feel like fighting us. I do not grasp their logic here, so we're starting off this war with a surprise attack on Vladivostok. We will see how this goes. We have some of our brand new designs. Biggest, most important one, generally speaking, in my opinion, is the Hoshos here. We have the Hosho and the Hiryu in the 2nd Carrier Division, and then the Akagi here in Japan Carrier Division 21, because I don't think I actually have it in its own carrier group, or in its own carrier division in the division menu thing, because I kind of sort of forgot to add it. Yeah. We got the recently refit Zuio here for whatever that's worth. I don't care too much for the Zuio, honestly. We also have some brand new Dreadnought designs. We have the Awami here. I think that's actually might be the only Awami. Yeah, those are the old Tsukubas, which I'm frankly surprised that they still exist. Yeah, we only have the one Awami out. I think we have the other Awami currently still in dockyard being built. Ooh, we got 2 brand new Takao class. But unfortunately, they're in a division with the Asao, which is just ancient and is slowing them down significantly. I may refit the Asao into something. I don't know what, but I don't think it's going to be worthwhile keeping as an armored cruiser, honestly. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Let's take a quick glance at exactly how we want to do this. Biggest thing is that we can safely say that the vast majority of the enemy fleet is going to be in port, probably specifically in Vladivostok, as opposed to being also in Nachotka here. Pretty much all of it's probably going to be in Vladivostok. So we're going to also adjust this stuff so that you don't scout too far out. Scout to, yeah, about 120. Sometimes they're up in this little pocket here that we can't really get to. Well, I say that. We can get to it right now. In the late game, it's pretty much going to be impossible to get up here, because this circle of suspected enemy minefield will be significantly larger in the late game. I have a campaign that's currently in the 70s, and it's impossible for us to get our ships up here, because the suspected enemy minefield basically covers this entire region. So it's impossible for us to get up here, but they can get up here and be safe from us, no problem in that campaign. But right now, we can get up there, so it's definitely something we still want to scout for. So let's go ahead and... Oh, you're already at max speed. Oh yes, you're slow, Jesus. Okay. Okay, well, we have this stuff all set up now. Make sure... Oh, nope. You both don't have the... You're separate, so I need to also do yours. You're going to do out to about 130. And you're going to do a 0 to 318. Should be more or less the same as what the Zuio is doing. Check on the Akagi as well. Okay, yeah, is the Zuio just in its own? Is that the reason why? Yeah, the Zuio's with the main force, while the Hosho, Hiryu, and Akagi are in the carrier force. Okay. Okay, that works. Yep, everybody launch your scout planes. We're doing a fairly small search pattern. Now, the big thing is we are well within their... it's an absolute mess here, so it's a bit of a pain to see. If I recall correctly, the enemies, I believe, are represented with a solid circle, while we are represented with a dash. So... do they only have dive bombers here? No, they have torpedo bombers as well. Okay, and they go way the hell... Jesus Christ, those torpedo bombers have a lot of range. We... doesn't look like they have any medium bombers here, apparently. Okay, so we just need to spot them as soon as possible so we can try to get an air raid in on them. Technically, I know roughly where they are. I can pretty confidently say they're up here in Vladivostok, so I technically, if I wanted to, could just go ahead and prepare a an attack and tell them, you know, head up here and prioritize CVs. You know, we're going to do that. We're going to have the Zuiho go ahead and prepare a strike and just tell them to basically head up to this pocket and tell them to prioritize CVs. I think you guys are quite doing as much scouting as I would like. Okay, the Zuiho is ready to go, so select ready, double check that I told you to go up here. Launch strike. Nope, you don't need to make it coordinated because they're not moving. Because this is a surprise attack, most of their fleet is going to be basically, well, I say basically, is as we evidently saw in one of the early ones where we attacked them up here around Korsakov ages ago. They are just going to be sitting here at anchor. Even at this point in time, with carrier surprise attacks. Now, I am shocked we haven't reported... There we go, I was about to say, I'm like, how have we not spotted them at all? Okay, we got some dive bombers that are going in. Approaching an enemy ship. No bomb hits, unfortunately. It was a fairly small attack, though, so I will forgive them for not doing quite as well as I would have liked. Let's go ahead and do Carrier Division 2. Auto-select Squadron, or Strike, rather. Really, you think you need to use a medium bomb? Why are you using a medium bomb? Use a heavy bomb. Use a heavy bomb. Sure, a 500-pound... There's not much of a difference between a 500 and a 600-pound bomb, except for 100 pounds. So, you know, please just use 600-pound bombs. Thank you very much. I would much rather you do that. Again, we're going to tell them prioritize CVs. Carriers are just absolutely annoying to fight is really the main reason. So ready strike. Grab Japan Carrier Division 21. Same story with you. Auto grab. Nope. Use the heavy bombs. Ready, strike, go. I think we're going to go ahead and slap up the cap as well. Just to further increase our air defenses. Those dive bombers should be leaving, but we have 5 torpedo bombers moving in. So are any of these okay, one of these reports claims a CVL. I don't fully recall what the defenses were, or not defenses, but what ships were reportedly in this area according to our intel, but I believe one was a CV. Of course, it could in fact be actually a CVL, not a significant difference, whatever it is. Ready, strike, go up here, launch strike. Don't bother with coordinating. I really don't care for coordinated strikes. Well, I say that. Coordinated strikes are useful. In this case, when the enemy is not capable of actually being a threat to us for this, I don't really care. I'm going to have you guys actually, I think, prioritize BBs. Now that that's going to make a significant difference in terms of your actual focus. Torpedo bomb an enemy BB. 2 torpedo hits, that's nice. I mean, 2 out of 5 ain't bad. I would be shocked if there's actually a BB out here, but we're going to go ahead and check it out with the Akashi. The Akashi is by no means the best ship for this job, but it's the one doing the job. Let's just proceed to let the game go until something happens that causes it to pause. Somebody's firing a big gun. Did you guys get your aircraft off? You did. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I'm not seeing who fired the big guns. We're claiming there's a BB here, but I ain't seen anything. Oh, no, I think it was that guy. Never mind. You guys close in. It was somebody firing at the Asau. Some land feature. We are not seeing this BB that we claim was here. We claim there was a dreadnought spotted here, but I don't see anything. Okay, there's something, but those are destroyers. Which, you know, more power to you. Maybe we're gonna sort of turn south a little bit because I don't really want to head due north from this position. I don't know why you fired a torpedo, because it's not going to hit. I can guarantee you that. The thing is, they have land fortifications on this little island, and there's one like on this little peninsula. Which really makes getting in here a bit... You guys flew way too far. If you see land, you've flown too far. Your target is ships. I'm sorry. As soon as you see you're going over land, and it's not an island, you have flown too far. And you should be turning away, or turning around rather, to see what else you can find. This rain is really messing with us. They got lucky with this heavy rain coming in now, right as we are spotting them with our ships. Super freaking lucky. Around like that to try and avoid torpedoes. I'm not sure what's going on with our aircraft where they are just completely flying past the enemy. You guys have flown way too far. Okay, yep, they're just gonna sail right past, or fly right past the enemy. That's okay. Maybe fly lower if you guys can't see them with the clouds. Which, if I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, that's what I'm assuming is the case, is you're flying above the clouds so you can't see them because of the heavy rain. Solution to that, fly below the clouds so you can actually see the fucking ocean. Maybe try to avoid running into our own torpedoes, thank you very much. My god, Jesus Christ, we're gonna have to try to thread the needle with our own torpedoes. And yep, we took our own torpedoes. Akashi, you're leaving. Sure, go ahead and pick up somebody. You're gonna slow down significantly because you're probably gonna sink, honestly. If we're being frank, you're probably gonna end up sinking. Oh. What are these guys? What are these guys? Come on, identify them. Tell me battle cruiser, or dreadnought, or something. Something big. Something big. The bigger it is, the better I want to kill it. I mean, that looks like something big. I'm sorry, game. It looks like something big. So, torpedoes go. Okay, you've used your torpedoes, so never mind. You go into fleet AI control. Shoot. Who's... Okay, it's the Fumakuzi. Don't know if you can launch your torpedoes in that situation, but try it, I guess. Okay, he's dead in the water. Fleet AI control. Akashi, how are you doing with the... Oh, damn, you're doing really good with the damage control. I guess we'll see if you can make it out alive, though. What else is in here? Oh, and yep, that's a dreadnought. It is a very, very old dreadnought, but a dreadnought nonetheless. Maybe you guys should prioritize the bigger ship. Except you guys can't see it, but apparently you know where the airbase is, so you're just like, well, we'll shoot at the airbase because we can hit it despite it being well outside of our vision range. I guess we can just chalk that up to shore bombardment logic. We know there is something in that area, so let's just... Ooh, somebody hit a mine? Who hit a mine? How'd you strike a mine? Head home. Now the question is, where's the rest of those? Quickly try to turn to avoid potential torpedoes from that destroyer there. Now when I have fought the Russians here before, sometimes their ships get stuck up here. In this corner, or in the other corner. So we're just kind of gonna sail for both. Ah, shit, the Iwami took a torpedo. That sucks. You're breaking off immediately, Iwami, because you are just way, way too important to lose to torpedoes. Okay, good. You turned in the right direction to avoid major issues. Okay, it looks like they're not in this corner, so they might be stuck up here. Oh, shit, you guys are gonna have a hard time turning out of here now. Because the pathfinding is not the greatest. This is one of the reasons why they get stuck up here when they do this. Ah, found a ship. Don't know what it is though, and apparently we haven't identified it enough to be able to shoot at it. Whatever it is. Found a few ships. Probably mostly destroyers. With a CV. Anybody got torpedoes still? You have torpedoes. Wonderful. You're going in. You have torpedoes too. Wonderful. You're going in too. Oh, they thread the needle very well there. Damn. Outside of arc. Yep, that's fine. Go. Torpedo. Yes. That hit. Didn't quite do as much damage as I would have liked, but it hit nonetheless, so that's an improvement. Well, I say an improvement. That's a good thing. I think we might have potentially torpedoed ourselves again. I'm not certain on that. So Shirayuki is going to sink, which is a shame because it's one of our brand new ones. CV is dead in the water. You know what? We're just going to go ahead and I think put you guys onto fleet attack. At this point, we can fairly safely do that. The Shirayuki was going to sink. I'm not sure how you took a torpedo, but apparently you did, so get the hell out of there. Nope, you're gonna sink. And the Miyuki took a torpedo as well. Jesus Christ. They're hitting all of our nice fancy new destroyers with torpedoes. That is probably not the best place to sail through. Tsukuba and Karama. Okay, so we are going to lose 2 destroyers. But that seems to be about it. We will damage one of our dreadnoughts, unfortunately, but we'll survive. But in exchange, the enemy is going to have lost a CV, several destroyers, and a dreadnought. And I don't know if hitting their airbase does any damage to aircraft. If it does, great. If it doesn't, then I don't know what the hell the point is. Like, I legitimately don't know if shooting at the airbase does anything of worth. I don't think it does, if I'm being completely honest. I really don't. Sure, yeah, go ahead, pick up survivors, guys. We're heading home, though. We're gonna relatively nice leisurely pace of 20 knots. Assuming that you can make that without significant issues. I mean, again, if you guys can pick up survivors, go ahead and do it. Why not? But we're going to be mostly focused on just getting home. Also, change of plans, Squadron Max now, because the rain has let up enough, and I say let up enough, even though we're still hearing the rain sound effect, it is overcast, which means that they are no longer limiting air operations, so we need to get the hell out of here before they potentially launch aircraft from Vladivostok. Because that is something I do not know if they have any on hand to do that. I should probably say stop picking up. No, we don't need to. No scouting. We don't need to do any more scouting. Let's just no search. Oh, you guys might want to sail in the right direction now. That's my bad. Whoops, accidentally told the Awami to launch its catapult scout because I pressed the wrong button. Or, well, rather, I wasn't reading it right. No, don't need a scout anymore, guys. I already... No search. No search. Let's just get the hell out of here. There's a enemy destroyer still alive, and the Minazuki is trying to pick up as many survivors as it can, both friendly and hostile. Preferably focused on friendlies, of course. Enemy aircraft approaching Battle Division 3. 29 AA factor. No aircraft hit on 3... Ooh. Medium bombers, it looks like. Is it medium bombers? Or is it scouts? It might be floatplane scouts, actually. Which one, that means they can't carry particularly big bombs. Generally speaking. Let's see, what do we have any intel regarding this aircraft? The Po-45. Yes, it is a floatplane scout. We don't have any information regarding its bomb load here, unfortunately, because the game doesn't give us that information here. But, I mean, it's a newer design at 1939, so it's from this year, actually. Sometime earlier in the year. But there's no way it carries particularly big bombs, so they'll be annoying, but they shouldn't hurt us significantly. Also, it's level bombing, so it's super inaccurate. Okay, we destroyed one aircraft that time around. 63 AA factor this time. No hits. Also, this one is involving the... a sow. which means apparently it's way the hell out here. I have a hard time believing. I mean, I don't see any scouts out here around the Asau and the Takao and the Azuma and their lone destroyer escort. Also, wow, you guys have a lot of heavy AA factor. Holy shit. Fumankuzi is sinking. Which... Okay, yeah, I mean, I wasn't doing a great job of managing you, so that's partly my fault, I'll admit. I didn't realize you were damaged, though, so also, the game didn't really do a great job of telling me you were hurt. Maybe don't get yourself in a position where you're going to get shot at by land defenses or coastal defenses and just try to get the hell out of here. Wow. You know, for a surprise attack, the game gave us a very small, like, you absolutely have to play for this long of scenario. We lost 5 destroyers, which kind of sucks, but they came out much worse than us. They lost to Dreadnought, they lost to CV. Turns out it was just a CVL, though. And 10. They lost twice as many destroyers as us, so, you know, it could have been worse. Could have been much worse. I don't think there really was much here in terms of aircraft. 6655 Sentai from the Zuiho scored a torpedo hit. 6653 Sentai from the Zuiho scored a air kill. Great for them. Yeah, there wasn't really a whole lot. We didn't get to make too much use of our aircraft, unfortunately, because by the time most of our strikes were launched, we were dealing with weather limits air operations, and so our guys are flying above the cloud level, so they couldn't see, you know, the ships, so they just kind of flew over them. Great job, guys. Apparently nobody told you, hey, in heavy weather, particularly when you're trying to bomb a target, maybe fly below cloud level so you can actually see the ground, especially when you don't have, you know, like cloud penetrating radar or anything like that. So, okay, this was the ship that the class was named after. That is a lot of flooding. It took 7 torpedoes. Yeah, that was not having a fun time, I'm gonna be honest with you. Now, who took a torpedo? I know somebody took a torpedo early on, but I don't know what it was. Let's see, torpedo hits. Was it maybe you? No. No, excuse me, that's the wrong thing. So, I mean, you don't claim to have taken any torpedoes early on, so it's not you. You don't either. Somebody took a torpedo from one of our CVs. Or from one of our torpedo bombers. And I just want to know who it was. Who was the unfortunate soul that took a torpedo? I'm pretty sure we reported too, so it's also possible that we were incorrect and they didn't actually hit anything. That'd be a shame if that was the case, which, I mean, it's kind of looking like that might be the case because I'm not seeing... Oh no, here we go. It was the Dreadnought. The Dreadnought took a single torpedo. We reported it as 2 torpedo hits. Because we're not very good. Let's see. Okay. So unless somebody else also took one and I missed that report, which doesn't look to be the case, because all your torpedoes came from earlier on. It looks like we misreported 2 torpedo hits on the Russian dreadnought. Oh, well, I mean, yeah, okay, that flooding is going to... You were not having a fun time. Like, at all. Trying to see if I can find out when it happened. If this happened earlier or later. Not seeing it very obviously. But something destroyed the starboard broadside submerged torpedo tube. Actually, torpedo tubes, I think. When these submerged torpedo mounts get hit, oh yeah, no, they are... Well, when they get destroyed, rather, they will just absolutely wreck your ship because you will suffer stupid amounts of flooding. Okay, let's double check. Russia doesn't have any allies, right? Nope, they don't have any allies, and tensions are sort of moderate with most of the other great powers. So yeah, they're not going to enjoy this at all. Put you guys on trade protection because I really need a lot more. Holy shit. Sub hunters. Did we design new sub hunters? No, I don't think we did. I don't think we did. Nope. Let's you know what? Let's go ahead and pull up that design for new sub hunter. Where are you? There you are. SH 1939. Let's see, what is cheaper? Damn. Colon VTE is actually the cheapest all around, period, right now for us. It's a question of is it worth it, though? I really don't know. Also, you say considerable weight savings for turbine. It's like 30. Not even 30. I'm way off actually saying it's 30. Holy shit. It's what? Like 8? No, a little bit more than that. 12? Yeah, that looks more accurate. It's like 12. It's not that significant of a weight saving, as you say. Actually, it's not even technically 12, it's 11 for that. And then there's an additional 1 weight saving due to the accommodation space requiring 1 less person. Let's see. Now, okay, so one thing I did notice, granted, I don't think it's really feasible for us to do. Oh, can't have catapults on this at all. Damn, okay. One thing I did notice is that, well, specifically that I noticed in my campaign where I'm much further along, it's like in the 70s now. Seaplane and helicopter hangar with a little bit of air capacity does actually increase your ASW value slightly. It's not significant. It's, I think the most it can increase it is by like 3. And I think you need like 3 or 4. Well, I think it's 3. Well, actually, so more accurately, I think the most you can increase your ASW value by adding seaplanes/helicopters is by 3. However, if you try to add, I believe it's a third. No, I think you need 4 seaplanes/helicopters to get that value of that +3 bonus. And when you try to add that 4th one on a design like, say, a destroyer, the game will complain to you and say, nope, this needs to be a seaplane carrier. If I recall correctly, that's what I observed. So you can't even actually get the full value of the +3 with like a destroyer or a seaplane, or excuse me, a sub-hunter corvette. Especially because corvettes obviously can't actually have catapults, evidently. That sucks. We can still give them helicopters, though, down the road, because helicopters don't need catapults, obviously. So down the road, maybe this gets refit to have a couple of helicopters on it, assuming they don't all get sunk by then. That is a very real possibility. I think we're just going to stick with oil and turbine. It's not that big of a difference, honestly. And I realize, every little bit counts, but it's just whatever to me, honestly, at this point for that. So let's go and get some new sub-hunters designed and try to get those out. Let's kick all this stuff up. We have just absolutely destroyed their fleet here. We do have an ally, right? No, I thought we did. We don't. Also, I don't know why we already have 3 unrest. Oh, you're going to try to find me? It's a small engagement. And you have like nothing here. I didn't pay attention to what the intel claimed, but you have basically nothing here. Why the hell are you going to try to fight this? I think you are very confused. Yep, I'm fine with that type of search. Also, yes, night search. Go, do night searches. Never mind, don't need to do night searches. We already found them. Also, oof. I'm not a big fan of that. What the hell are you? Give me your division. The Akagi and Zuiho. Where's the Akagi? Where's the Akagi? Game? What did you do? What did you do, game? Holy shit, what the hell is this formation? Okay. You, screw it. I'm just going to tell you, black flag this and just go. Hibiki. Whoops, no, not detach. I have 0 clues to what the hell these things are. I'm needing to try to fix our formation because the game went stupid. Is about the nicest way I can describe this. I believe really all they have here are destroyers. So I legitimately am questioning the logic here. Nope, no screening, no screening. Turn back north. You guys turn away. What the fuck is the Hiryu doing? I really wish I could detach the Hiryu at this point. Because it's gone stupid. With its pathfinding. I don't know what the hell it's thinking. A few more destroyers. Stop turning like I am. There we go. Just had to yell at them. And then realize I don't want them turning just like I am. Okay. I don't know what you took a torpedo from, if I'm being completely honest to Cal, but get the hell out of there. I really don't know who could have possibly launched that torpedo. The fuck, game? Why are you launching torpedoes willy-nilly like that? You guys are just gonna go ahead and... Okay, wonderful. Are just gonna try to catch up to this guy as quickly as possible. I need you to, come on, identify them. We're claiming, is that really a Corvette? Because if so, that was gonna end very poorly for them. Okay, Takao, how are you doing? You've mostly dealt with the flooding, which is great, but I'm gonna have you slow down to cruising speed. Did somebody move? Thought I saw somebody move down here for a second. Oh. I don't think that's who I was referring to, but it'll do. No, honestly, I don't think we need to scout at this point. Let's just get the hell out of here. We sunk their fleet. I can confidently say that they don't have anything else. Why can I say that? Because I know we wiped out pretty much their entire fleet last time. And pretty much the only things that were left that I recall on the screen were a handful of destroyers, which is what we just sunk. So let's just get out of here. We're not even going to bother picking up survivors. Screw them. Let them sink. I say that picking up some survivors may not have been the worst idea ever, because you do get those events of, you know, picking up survivors helps with, you know, intel for various research. Because they tell us stuff, basically. Nope, 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 nope. No need to launch. We're leaving, guys. We're done. Battle's over. As far as I'm concerned. Technically need to wait for the game to actually let me end the battle, officially. But as far as I'm concerned, it's over. Game still doesn't think it deserves to be over yet. I'm confused by that. I'm being honest. But okay, sure game. You don't think the battle should be over just yet. I fully disagree with that assessment. Come on, sail further south. There we go. Okay, they had two more. Also, that Corvette that we sunk was not actually a Corvette. It was, in fact, actually a destroyer. They do have a Corvette, but it was not that one because we didn't sink any, reportedly. Okay, yeah. So one destroyer and, well, two destroyers got away. One very heavily damaged, the other just medium damage. Oh, yes, the coastal batteries we were building. That would explain where a decent portion of our budget went. Woohoo! Search radar. Aerial depth charges. Increases ASW value of aircraft carriers and air bases. Always nice. New medium bomber. Heavier bomb load than our medium bombers. New German torpedo bomber. Faster than our torpedo bomber. New float plane scout. Is it better than the current ones that we have? Specifically, is it better than the one that we just got? To which the answer is no. It is the same speed across the board, and it has 10 nautical miles less range. It is not that good. We're going to tell them no. Yes, game, we are going to dump all of that freed up budget into building a handful more of those. In fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and splurge, and we're going to go ahead and take 2 full batches of them. Because we really need a lot more. I mean, you should presumably say no, but I'm still not going to risk it out there. Why are you saying yes to this one? Holy shit. You have nothing. Our intel suggests you have nothing. At all. And you're still going to try to fight me? Really? I'll give it to you that you're kind of ballsy with it, but still. I don't think that's a great plan. I really don't. Again, you have a handful of destroyers. That is your formation. A handful of destroyers. And while they can absolutely hurt, you're going to have a hard time doing tons of damage. With just 2. I say that, but of course we lose them as we try to turn around to engage. And we'll probably not find them again. So I don't think you guys are in any way in the right formation. Holy crap. What the hell is this formation? That's not a screen, like at all. I have 0 clue as to where they went. They probably turned north, if they were smart, to go to, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, holy crap. Oh, found him again. Found him again on accident. But it gets the job done. I really don't know why they tried to fight that. I really don't. That was always going to end very poorly for them. New medium bomber from America. Heavier bomb load than our medium bombers. Oh shit! Did they? Did game? What? No game. I think you're confused. How did we damage an enemy BB? They don't have any BBs here. Anywhere we would potentially be able to station subs. The vast majority of our subs in Northeast Asia, with a handful in Southeast Asia. And we have 0 in the Indian Ocean. How could one of our subs have damaged an enemy dreadnought when there is nowhere that they could potentially be in the same location as one another? Game, I think you're confused. I really do. I legitimately think you are confused. I think maybe we damaged a seaplane carrier in Northeast Asia. I'll give you that we could have damaged a seaplane carrier in Northeast Asia. And it was misidentified as a dreadnought. How the hell you misidentify a seaplane carrier as a dreadnought, I will never know. But that, if I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, that's all I can say. Why are you working up? No, mothball you. You're not doing anything at all. I don't want you anywhere near the fight. And I'm going to send you in for a rebuild. Jesus, that's expensive. But it's 3 months. We'll survive. Cruiser action. Oh. Some Russian ships have issues. Okay. My timer is about to go off. I think we're just going to go ahead and cut this part here. And next part we'll be back with a little cruiser action that involves a CV, which I shore game. Well, excuse me, it's a CVL, but still. Oh no, shit, there actually is a CV here. There are 2 things here. There are 3 ships here. There are 4 ships here. Game, this is pretty heavy on the whole naval aviation thing. Do we really need all 3 of our Hoshos and then the complementary Zuiho? What the hell is this fight? I don't think this makes any logical sense at all. I really don't. I don't know how the hell a cruiser action can involve so many freaking carriers. I could forgive you if you had the CVL and that was it. I do not agree that this is a cruiser action with 3 CVs and a CVL and just light cruisers for the actual, cruisers. Okie dokie. Yeah, they're not gonna have a fun time with this fight, I can tell you that right now. But I am very confused. Yeah, okay. We'll deal with whatever the hell this is next part. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. I just don't think it makes any sense, but okay. And I don't know why the Russians are accepting some of these battles. I really don't. There's just like no way a lot of these battles are going to go their way. I mean, they had a chance to potentially damage some of our CLs with that last fight where they had the last two of their destroyers. But their destroyers, one of them launched torpedoes, and they were evaded by one of our destroyers who potentially could have gotten hit. But the rest of the fleet was basically well out of the way already. And then the other one, I don't think even launched. I could have checked for that if I cared enough to. I didn't, so I didn't. Yeah. I will see you all next time. Until then, goodbye and farewell.